Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside the Park with Emily and Ben. Coming to you today from Maid Park in Houston, Texas, home of the Houston Astros. Come along as we check out this retractable roof stadium, which rarely opens, and see if the juice is still worth the squeeze. So Minute Maid Park is park number 29 for us out of 30, and we actually had some pretty low expectations going into our visit to Houston. But I have to say, overall, I really enjoyed Minute Maid Park. Now, I did name the video, Houston, we have a maintenance problem. Did see a couple of things while we were there that are a little bit concerning. We sat in the club level, one section to our right, several rows of fans had to move in the middle of the game as there was a lot of condensation and water coming out of an air conditioning vent. And the season ticket holder who sat directly next to us indicated that the air conditioning on the third base side of the club level has been a problem all year long. So that's an outstanding maintenance issue. And as we walked around the stadium, we noticed there were some other maintenance issues as well. Railings that needed to be repainted, a couple broken seats, just a couple of things that need attention and care. And, it's a ballpark that's, getting up into the second decade of its existence. Now, we know there was some announcement while we were down there that Harris County Sports Authority was beginning to conduct a study of both Minute Maid Park and the Toyota Center to look at what kind of renovations need to be done long-term at both of those venues. So that's a very positive thing. We also know that the Astros have talked about building an entertainment district just outside of Minute Maid Park, and maybe that will bring some other renovation work to the ballpark. You know, in form and function, though, the ballpark works fine. Sight lines are good, especially if you're on the third base side. You know, I did notice on the first base side, the big board is hard to see on the first base side, the way the seats face, you know, towards home plate. You're facing away from that big board. So if you really rely on the big board for your stats and your analytics and things like that, you know, I suggest sitting on the third base side of the ballpark. You know, really thought that the integration of historic Union Station into the ballpark was done well. You know, and the train out in the outfield there is a nice nod to the history of the Union Station. Big relatively brand new team store for the Astros there. So that, you know, they moved most of their retail out of the Union Station building, and it's now in a big new retail facility out near center field. So that was nice as well. Access we thought was really good. You know, we drove to the game, but you could take the light rail metro there. The light rail lets off about a block from the ballpark main gate. And from a parking perspective, you know, we paid for parking on the spot. We didn't get parking in advance. We just parked in one of the local lots and parked right across the street for $29. And I thought that was an incredible deal. We were able to get in and out of the ballpark area with no traffic or trouble at all. And it was a pretty full house that day. The Kansas City Royals were in town, and both teams, the Astros and the Royals, fighting for playoff position. So it was a good crowd. The crowd brought a lot of energy. I got to say, Houston fans were some of the nicest fans we've met in our 29 parks up to that point that we had visited, and really appreciated that. And then concessions. I thought the concessions were really good. There was a good variety of concessions. I thought concession prices were pretty good. I did like, on the club level, the refillable souvenir sodas, so that was a great value. You know, while the ballpark is showing its age a little bit, you know, it does a lot of things well. And you know, I really like the Hall of Fame section that they had, the corridor there for Hall of Fame members. They incorporate the Space City theme in places. So overall, you know, the incorporation of Union Station, they do a good job. And the ballpark, for us, exceeded expectations. I don't have it as a top 15 ballpark, but, you know, I do have it as one of the nicer enclosed stadiums. So, you know, will we go back? Yeah, I'd go back to Houston. Well, that's going to do it for Minute Maid Park here in Houston, Texas. If you liked the video, give a thumbs up. We hope you subscribe to the channel. Until next time, get outside and get inside the park.